Have you ever woke up early in the morning and thought you need to get a drink or do something and it's still dark out, and you got out of bed and you got walking across the floor and you felt that squishy, oozy feeling under your feet and between your toes? I'm not talking about cat throw up. And believe me, most of us have probably been there. I'm talking about a plumbing issue. I wasn't expecting that. My name is Jim, and thanks for visiting my channel, Off Grid Living with the Bennetts. So, together, let's investigate, and let's find out what the problem was. So let's go take a look and see what the problem is. So, this is the bathroom. Okay, so this is my wife's new laundry room. I started to build for her, and I haven't got the new hot water heater hooked up yet. But right there under the floor, water was coming out. Now, I just got done drywalling this whole entire room, and I got it all mudded. Like I say, the hot water heater is not hooked up yet, it's just temporary. I got it all mudded, and the problem is, like I say, under this wall, the water was running into this room. So I thought to myself, must be the plumbing, because I changed the plumbing a little bit up here and put some shut-off valves for my shower. I thought it must be the plumbing. So right here, I cut a hole in the wall, in the drywall. Everything was dry. So then what I did, I cut my hole a bit bigger. Everything was dry. So I thought to myself, we're gonna rip this whole sheet of drywall off, because obviously there's something wrong with the plumbing. So I ripped the drywall off, ripped the whole sheet off, and what do I find? I find everything's dry. So that wasn't the problem. So we'll go here to the shower. I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's the drain. So I took that cover off, and I went down in here to take a look-see, because I thought maybe the drain had come apart and that the water was running under the floor and out. Well, it seemed dry. So what I did was I went under the house. And what did I find? Icicles everywhere, hanging underneath the bathroom. So then I thought to myself, maybe it's the vanity. So I tore the vanity out, and it wasn't the vanity. I thought maybe it might have been the plumbing where the vanity is. So then I went back to the shower again, and I thought, I've got to re-caulk it around the edges. If you look, see the caulking starting to wear. Now there is quite a lip there. It's like a 1 or 2 inch lip. But I thought, could it be the caulking? I don't know, maybe. Certainly not the composting toilet. So my wife went and had a shower. I dried the floor all up. My wife went and had a shower. And there was no extra water on the floor when she was done. So I thought, where is it coming from? So then what I did was I thought, first of all, I made a mistake putting this linoleum down, because I should have put vinyl, but I didn't. And what happens is when it gets wet, it swells a little bit. So in this room here, the flooring had swelled because I had a leak a couple years back. So I made a nice cut right across the floor here, pulled this all out, and bought 2 boxes to replace it. I was going to put a transition strip and replace it. But then, because of the problem here, I ended up pulling this linoleum up as well. So I should have put vinyl, like I said. So now that it's pulled up, it's got to be replaced. So she got done showering, there's no water on the floor. So what I did was I thought, where's the water coming from? So I figured, fine, the flooring's wrecked anyways. I made a cut right across the floor here with my skill saw, pulled this out, dried the whole floor up, and everything was good. There was no water here. There was no water under the shower coming out, no water near the toilet, everything was dry. We put a fan on to dry the floor up, so I thought, where is this water coming from? So what happened was we went to bed, and we got up the next morning, and sure enough, the water was coming across here again. I know the water was under the flooring because I got a little thing for checking for humidity, and there was definitely water under the floor, and my socks would feel damp every time I came in here. So I knew there was water here. So anyways, I came in here the next morning, and sure enough, it was all wet all around the toilet. And I stepped on this. Squish, squish, water was coming out. That tells me the water problem is over here, because over by the shower there was no water. So if the water problem's over here, but yet the composting toilet is a totally concealed unit, it's not coming from the toilet, in the other side of the wall there's really nothing over there that would cause moisture or water. Then it dawned on me, I should have taken my own advice. The problem was not in the bathroom. The problem was outside. I had an ice dam. All this work, ripping out the flooring, ripping out the vanity, pulling off the drywall. Now I've got to put a new sheet of drywall on, got to tape it, mud it, paint it. Got to put new flooring in. I have to put the vanity back in. Now I have to rip the toilet out so I can put flooring under it. I got to put new trim. So I might just as well paint the room and get her all finished. Here, what I've decided to do is this shower, I don't want to rip the whole shower out. So I'm going to rip the flooring off. I'm going to get my my saw, cut the flooring tight to the shower, and they've got this stuff that's like an L shape trim. Once I put the flooring down, I'll put this new piece of trim all the way around. That'll take care of that. So yeah, so all the trim's going to get replaced, and we're basically going to have a new bathroom. So like I say, the problem was not even here in the first place. The problem was outside. I had an ice dam. I've made videos about ice dams, and I didn't even take my own advice. I was so busy renovating and getting things all fixed up that sure enough, I had an ice dam, and it was thick. And watch my video, you'll see what I was up against, and yeah. Watch along. Well, sometimes people just need to learn to take their own advice. I've snow blown at the ground here, but what my problem is right there on the roof. I've got an ice dam. Can you believe it? Even after all the videos talking about ice dams, I should have cleared my own snow. I've just been so busy with so many other things that I just sort of let it go. Let's go up on the roof, take a look, see what I got going on here. There it is. My ice dam. Right there. What I've got is I've got water going into my bathroom. And I just got done ripping up all the flooring. So now not only do I have to get the snow off the roof, I need to also repair my bathroom floor. Wish I sure would have taken my own advice. Okay, starting to clear the snow now. There's my problem is right there beside that hammer. there's where my ice dam is. That's the most critical spot because right below that is my bathroom, and that's where the water's leaking and running down into the room. So I cleared that snow first. I'm gonna get the hammering and break off some of the loose stuff, and hopefully the sun will come out and take care of the rest. But while I'm up here, might just well get the snow off the roof. Not be so lazy, I guess. I've talked about it multiple times, clear the snow off the roof, and I didn't even take my own advice. So I'm not worried about the weight. I'm just worried about the fact that if I leave it and we get more snow, then I could be running into more ice dams. So that's definitely a bad spot right there. And I think on the other side of the house, I got another bad spot. Oh, let's take another look up here. Okay. You see how thick the snow is up there. Should have never allowed it to get that thick. Now, like I say, if you got perfect insulation, then you're not worried about snow load, that's not so bad. But for me, this part of the house is all 2x6. This part of the house is all 2x4, except for the rafters, they're 2x6. I think I'm short some insulation right in that area right there, because that's where my ice dam is. So anyways, I'll get this thing cleared off and then we'll see what happens. Well, that was a huge job. Let's go back up, take one final look, see what we got going on up here now. This is all melting. All that water would have been coming into my house. There's how thick that ice is. Gotta clean all this ice off the roof, and then she's done, at least for this part of the house. Well, the sun's coming out, melting everything. So I got her all done now. So there's where the problem is right there. You've got a valley, and snow builds up. It thaws through the day a little bit from the heat from inside the house, runs down the roof, refreezes, and causes an ice dam. Once that ice dam gets big enough that the water can back up, that it finds a place to get in the house, which it did, run into my bathroom. So this part of the house is done. I still got a whole pile more work to do on the other side. I got another spot where I got a little bit of ice build up, so I probably have an ice dam there starting, so I'll take care of that, and then I'll get the rest of my leisure. So here we are. Now we know. I've made the perfect example of why you want to take care of an ice dam. I should have followed my own advice, but I didn't. This is the perfect example. This, not following my own advice, has cost me flooring for a whole entire room, drywall, paint, time, trim, and maybe even my wife's thinking about upgrading the vanity. So, I mean, it was an expensive mistake. It could have been prevented Had I had just a half an hour once a week or once every other week, would have taken care of it. But I didn't do that. So now I'm paying for the long run. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next video.